We are live. This is the NBA Rundown. The channel is Nuke the House. I'm here today with Tyler Hicks. Tyler, all the trades went down today. The trade deadline is over. Not nearly as exciting as last year, but certain contenders made some moves that improved themselves, and certain teams did things that made me scratch my head. Do you have a list of trades right now, and do you want to talk about those as we get ready to break down this NBA card with new players in new places?
I mean, I'm leaving out all the bum trades that just don't matter. Like, nobody cares about Marcus Morris. Nobody cares about Doug McDermott and all these little pieces that got moved.
Okay, yeah. Let's just do the ones that we care about.
Bojan and Alec Burks both became Knicks for players who hadn't scored a single point this year, so they get more depth to their team.
Hmm.
Royce O'Neal becomes a Sun. That adds a
That
little
was a
depth.
good pickup for
Yeah.
them.
They got David Roddy also. Another decent trade was PJ Washington to Dallas. I think that helps him in the front court a little bit. I think that's pretty much it for like all the big trades. Hey, Gordon Hayward became a Thunder.
So you're leaving out a couple that I thought were helpful. What the heck did the Raptors do?
Got off money.
That's why they traded Schrader. Who did they trade Schrader for?
Dinwiddie and then waived him.
They waived Dinwiddie right afterwards.
Yeah.
Okay, that makes a little more sense. So they're just getting off the money there. Why
Yeah,
did they send out a first round pick though? Who did they acquire and they sent out a first rounder? Toronto did, which is
I
weird.
don't know on that one.
They acquired. I'll go look right now. Um, Here, talk real quick while I pull this out.
Yeah, I'm looking too because this must be one of those trades that I was not talking about. I was throwing down the drain because I don't know who they traded a first round pick for. I don't see another Raptors
Oh,
trade.
Patrick Beverley went to the Bucks.
Yeah, I mean, does that really mean anything?
Yeah, I think it helps them. They need defense.
They need defense, but I mean, him and Dame don't like each other, so interested to see how that one works out. But
Where
I
did
don't see
Buddy
anything
Hield
that
end up?
says I don't see anything that says that the Raptors traded a first round pick for anybody.
Where did Buddy Hield end up?
I have to look. Talking Super Bowl for the last hour spread made me lose all my NBA notes.
I know, huh? I saw you scrolling too. I thought you were looking at the trades like I
He's
was.
on the Sixers.
Buddy Hield is?
Yeah.
That's got to help them if they get healthy, right?
Yeah, it gives him another shooter. Doesn't play defense much, though.
Was it Olenek? Where did Olenek end up?
The Raptors didn't trade a first round pick for anybody spread, I don't think.
Yes, they did. They traded, unless this is wrong, the Utah Jazz are finalizing a trade to send Olenek and Ochai Agbaji to the Raptors for Kira Lewis. Otto
Oh, it's
Porter.
Abaji, that's why.
Do you think that was a good trade?
I mean,
Why?
they basically said we're drafting Abaji first round this year. Like, that's what they did.
That's kind of fair, huh? So Bruce Brown didn't get traded.
No, Bruce
Um,
Brown didn't. DeJounte Murray didn't. Lakers made no moves. Warriors made no moves.
Yeah, that was kind of weird. The Lakers didn't, huh?
I
Do you
mean,
think LeBron told him he's out of there at the end of the year, so they didn't want to waste their?
maybe that. Maybe there's just not really much to go out there for. Like, they probably have to gut the team if they want DeJounte Murray. They weren't going to do that. All the other little pieces, I didn't think they had the
PJ
ammo.
Washington to Dallas helps.
Yeah, I said that's a decent one, yeah.
That's good, and they got Daniel Gafford too, right?
I believe so, yeah.
The Dallas did well. Is Schrader going to play for the Nets?
I don't know.
Why did Oklahoma City trade for Hayward? Do they think he's going to be able to play?
No idea, spread. If I
Do you like Bojan Bogdanovic and Alec Burks there?
Yeah, it gives them depth and shooters, so I like having depth and shooters on the Knicks.
Okay. All right, there we have that one. I'm going to continue to pump some of these numbers in. Overall, what did you think of the association last night? You nailed that Wizards breakdown. It was just a slow start where we didn't cover. But overall, that was a great game. I apologize for forcing the Clippers in there. I should have listened to you. And great call on Detroit. So I feel like we're getting back on track here. What did you think of everything that went on in the association last night?
Yeah, it was a good night last night. Wish I'd have stayed off the Cavs side and we'd have left the Clippers off the sheet and we'd have swept the board. But it's what it is.
Yeah.
We went 3-2, and
that was my fault. I kind of shoehorned the Clippers in there. I like that spot. You know what? It's just that first game home deal. That's where we screwed up on that Clippers pick. I even thought they were going to come back. I even took some of them at plus money live, and they never made the push.
I watched the first quarter and I said that bet's dead.
See, just because I've seen New Orleans fall apart so many times, right? I don't trust them with the lead. I thought we would be okay, but that was not the case. So I'm getting the last of these numbers in here. Let's start breaking down the games right now, though. Our first game of the night is, let me relog back into Bookmaker after we had so much fun on Bet Online earlier today. It's going to be the Kings and the Pacers. The Warriors and the Pacers, right? That's right. Golden State Warriors are plus 5.5. They're in Indiana. They're taking on the Pacers. The total is a sky-high 249.5. Tyler, your thoughts?
Yeah, this is a weird game. I lean Warriors, but I got to do more digging. I spent a lot of my morning doing Super Bowl digging, so I don't want to push people in the wrong direction. Lean Warriors, but no play on the game yet.
They should have the trade deadline last week. Because I feel like it's kind of getting lost in the Super Bowl shuffle. You like that Chicago Bears reference? All right. When I'm looking at this game, I'm about to have my projections almost done right now. Seems like I think this line's pretty fair here. I don't really like the Warriors at all this year. I think that their decision to be loyal to Clay is going to cost them a lot this year. So Indiana also screwed us when we bet against them the other night because Halliburton's playing more. So I don't know. I kind of like the Pacers here, but with everybody getting traded off that team, does that hurt them a lot? What are you thinking?
I think it hinders them a little bit, but I'm not fully into this NBA slate yet. I'm not forcing anything. We're fighting out of a hole anyway, so no play on this game yet.
All right. The next game is the San Antonio Spurs. They're plus 10.5. They're in Orlando taking on the Magic. The total here is 224. Your thoughts on this game?
Spurs have looked good recently. They've been covering a lot of spreads. They fought in that Miami game last night. They tried to win it. They really don't have much travel here. They've also lost, 2, 4, 5 straight. I think Orlando wins the game, but 10 might be too much delay. So, lean Orlando wins the game. Probably just another stay away. I'm probably not going to play much on the slate because I didn't get to do much.
Yeah, I feel like our Super Bowl kind of made us unprepared here.
Yeah, I don't want to push anybody in the wrong direction, and I'm not trying to ruin the little bit of gain we've gotten back in the last couple days. So, just a heads up, I'm probably not betting a single thing in the NBA today.
Oh, we're going to get there. I just got to finish putting these numbers in. I was just a little unprepared. I probably should have just...
If I don't get my research in, I'm not clicking a button spread.
Well, you're going to click it because I'm going to make such compelling arguments. You won't be able to resist. All right. When I'm looking at some trends from San Antonio and Orlando, let me pull that up right now. I hate doing two sports. I'm so happy we're down to one sport. San Antonio's 1-4 against the spread in their last 5. The total's gone under in San Antonio's last 7 games. Orlando's 5-1 against the spread in their last 6. But the total's gone over in 8 of the last 11 times they've played here. I think it's Orlando or pass. We've talked about not being scared by those big numbers. However, I'm fine staying away from it. The Dallas Mavericks are minus 3.5 They're in New York. They're taking on the Knicks. Total's 227.5. Tyler, when I see that, I'm thinking Jalen Brunson isn't playing, right? Oh, and so many people got traded today too, right? So
Yeah.
OG's out, Randall's out. Well, Robinson's going to be out for the year. But if Jalen Brunson is a game-time decision, that's why this line is where it's at. We don't know anything going on with these two teams. I say we stay away from this one until we have a better idea of who's playing. What's your thought here?
Yeah, complete stay away. Not betting the Knicks if Jalen Brunson's not in there. It's just a weird game with all the injury news. I'm not putting any money in it.
All right, let's just move that on quickly because normally, I like superstar subtraction and everything, but I don't think that's a good spot if Brunson sits. The Cleveland Cavaliers are minus 7.5. They're in Brooklyn. They're taking on the Nets. Tyler, they didn't play particularly well last night, and that was an easy win. So, of course, they are playing off the back-to-back. Brooklyn's playing better with Ben Simmons back in the lineup. So, of course, that's interesting. And they did ship out Dinwiddie. That's one of those additions by subtractions there. I think the team's going to play better with him not there. But Cam Johnson, DFS, Day'Ron Sharpe, and Lonnie Walker are all out. On the other side, pretty healthy Cleveland lineup. And although they did play last night, it was a fairly easy game. I can make arguments here on both sides. What do you think of the Cleveland Cavaliers and the Brooklyn Nets?
Yeah, I think the Cavs win the game. It's a weird spot. They traded Dinwiddie. The Nets might pace up a little bit, so probably just another stay away from me spread.
Yeah, I got to get these in. You want to pull up some trends from that game and read them out, and then I'll have the projections finalized?
Here, let me get those pulled up.
I'm sorry, I thought I was going to be able to do this quicker than I did. Too many inputs now, and it's not even helping. It's so disgusting. All right, I got those done. Let me head up. Oh, you got this done for me. Great.
Cleveland's 7-0 straight up in their last 7, 4-1 straight up in their last 5 against Brooklyn, 6-1 straight up in their last 7 on the road. So they fared well here. It's just a weird spot. Like, maybe an under, but I don't know. I don't want to bet anything not doing much research.
That's fine. And
I feel like I'm just blindly.
I mean, the great thing about it, we're kind of talking through here, and guys, this will be our last crappy, unprepared show. Just the Super Bowl, doing all our prep for that kind of got us behind, and then not only is it the day doing Super Bowl prep, right, Tyler?
It's a trade deadline.
We got all these trade deadline moves, so even though I'm doing projections, these numbers are all calculated without the player absences in them. So, what the fuck? That's not right. What did I put in wrong here? I have Brooklyn beating Cleveland. I have to have Cleveland wrong. What did I do wrong here? Oh, I know what I did wrong. Okay. Why would I project? All right. You go ahead and introduce the next game. I got to fix this.
Yeah, next game, Minnesota at Milwaukee. Milwaukee's favored by 1. Looks like Dame's questionable. Brook Lopez will play. Patrick Beverley's not going to play. Of course, he was traded. Everyone else looks like they'll play. Minnesota took that bad loss to Chicago recently. Maybe I bet a Brook Lopez three-pointer prop here. He might drag Gobert out to the three-point line a little more. Milwaukee's been terrible on the road since they've hired Doc Rivers, but
Milwaukee's at home though, right?
Yeah, this one's at home. This could be a nice bounce back spot.
Is this the dreaded first game at home though?
I believe so. Trip? Yeah.
And let's pull that up while I put the rest of those in. So I have this as a 2-point win for the Bucks. Not a huge edge here. I have this game pretty much right on the total. So not a huge edge there. Looking at this team, though, I think this is fun. I mean, at some point they got to bounce back under Rivers, right? It's just hard to tell when it's going to be, or do you think this thing's just a disaster?
It might take a little bit of time, but I also don't want to be the guy that tries to bet on when they're going to get it right.
Yeah, I think so too. Right now, the streak is that they're playing bad. Feels like a good time to ride that streak here. Um, so, all right. Yeah, we don't love this game either. Sorry, guys. This isn't the best NBA rundown show. I hope this isn't the first time you've ever seen us. We usually have a lot more takes than that. Um, I think this is another tough one. If I were to play it, though, in spite of my projections, Tyler, I think I'm going to go for Minnesota. Just off how they've
Yeah,
been playing better lately,
I'm not
right?
clicking Minnesota after I watched them blow a game in Chicago.
That's fair. The Bucks are 1-4 over their last 5 games under Doc. Um, yeah, it's tough. It's tough for them to bounce back. How long was that road trip? Yeah, it's a long road trip. Yeah, Minnesota or pass. But I think we're going to go ahead and pass the next game on the schedule, Tyler. And I have the projections in now, so that should help. Chicago Bulls are -6. They're in Memphis. They're taking on the Grizzlies. I have this as a 3-point Bulls win, and I'm actually happy with those projections, Tyler. Memphis has been playing above expectations as of late. Now, obviously, this line's moved a little bit here, but the Bulls aren't that much better either. So I'm happy with the team landing on Memphis here. Let's see how these teams have played as of late. Chicago expected to be a seller here at the trade deadline. Did not do a lot. Chicago is 6-3 against the spread in their last 9 games, but they're 2-5 against their spread in their last 7 against Memphis. Memphis also been playing well lately. Memphis 7-2 against the spread over the last 9. It's Grizzlies or pass for me, Tyler.
Yeah, I agree. Grizzlies are passed, but I'm completely fine with passing. I don't want to bet on that team, and I hate the Bulls, so I'd rather just keep my money away from that game.
Yeah, I like Memphis. Maybe you know what, guys? For those following us on the channel, we're gonna get our stuff up later than usual because I'm gonna try and convince Tyler about these. But I'm gonna take some time and I'm gonna have to do some research because he's not just gonna do it because I say I want to do it. I'm gonna have to come up with some good reasons here. So check back on the sheet and we'll tweet it out. But I might do. I might try to make it one here, Tyler. A lot of these I've been flummoxed on. I feel pretty good about that Memphis +6. The Utah Jazz are also +6. They're in Phoenix. They're taking on the Suns. The total is 242.2. Tyler, I have this projected at a 7-point win for the Suns. So pretty close to the number. I have it at 240 on a 242. So pretty close to the number. But you know me, I'm happy that I'm getting closer to the number. Because some of these projections earlier were really pissing me off or grinding my gears, depending on how old you want me to be here. Utah Jazz are 4-2 against the spread in their last 6 against Phoenix and 11-5 against the spread in their last 16 overall. But a lot of those have been at home. Total's gone over in 5 of Utah's last 7 road games, and the total's also gone over in 8 of Phoenix's last 12 games against Utah. Tyler, both these teams were involved in trades, although not major shakeups, so I can feel pretty safe about these projections. However, the projections are pretty close to the number. Any thoughts here? I would think that my initial lean would be towards Phoenix. We've talked about Utah being so good at home. It makes them overvalued on the road. What do you think?
Yeah, I agree. I'd lean Phoenix, but I'd rather bet it through like a performance double or something. I don't want to lay 6.5 here.
Okay. What performance double would you prefer, Booker or Durant?
Let me pull up stats and see how guys have fared against this team recently. Just a heads up spread. No NFL show for me tomorrow.
Okay.
Strictly NBA.
All right. Good.
Because
Then
I'm not
JC
doing
and
this
I will,
tomorrow.
Okay, well, JC and I will do NFL at 3 Eastern, and then you and I can do NBA at 4. I'll switch those on the thing when we're done.
Okay.
That'll give you an extra
Yeah, I mean,
hour
it
or
looks
two.
like Utah is fair. That's just for a whole season. I hate scrambling mid-show.
I'm sorry. Yeah,
I'd probably bet it through KD 25 plus.
Okay. Yeah, I like Phoenix there. I don't think that Utah's that good on the road. Okay. The Denver Nuggets are -4. They're in Los Angeles. They're taking on the Lakers. Total here is 230. Tyler, neither of these teams really affected by the trade deadline, so I can feel safer about these projections. Of course, this is a rematch of the old Western Conference Finals. Why do I have this projected as a Lakers win? Did I do something wrong here? Let me double check that right now. Tyler, I feel a little safer, at least trying to handicap this game. I'm not saying we're going to get something, but what are your thoughts here when the Lakers take on the Nuggets? And I'm surprised my projections like the Lakers so much.
Yeah, I mean, this is a weird game. They're unveiling that Kobe statue outside of the Lakers
That must be
thing.
it.
This is their first game back after a road trip, so I lean Denver. But with the whole statue thing and they're rested a little bit, I'd probably just stay away from this one too. Probably bet it live.
Yeah, I like Denver here, but that's one of those weird things. Good thing though, it would be the first game back from a road trip for the Lakers, so another reason to like Denver here. And I'm not really too worried about their injury news either, am I?
No, not really. I don't see much injuries.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I like the Nuggets there, but my projections are the opposite, so we probably stay away, huh?
Yeah. Plus the whole Kobe statue thing, like you're gonna get a motivated Lakers team. Like I'm not.
But once you get
I'm not
motivated
for
on
that.
both sides, like all these players grew up loving him, not just the
I
Lakers.
mean, maybe
players.
yeah, but I don't
Like,
know.
you don't think Jamal Murray is going to be excited about this, and Porter, and I don't know. I don't know. I'm not so worried about that. I think we just handicap the game as it is. Yeah, you know what? The more that we talk about it, the more I like the Nuggets. The final game on the card. Go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say I gotta look more into numbers before I say let's bet it. So right now it's just
We
like
should have
I
made
look
the
at.
show at like 3:30 today.
It's
My
like
time.
it's like I look at the game. It's like I like it, but I have no numbers backing up any of this. Like I'm just telling you I like it. It's barbershop talk right now.
All right, let's barbershop talk one more game, guys, and then Tyler and I. You know what? Let's just jump on a stream in like 2 hours if you have time.
I gotta go to
Go
work,
over
spread
everything. What time do you leave?
in an hour,
Okay.
and I gotta
Then
go
I'll
to the
be-
store before work. So that's why I was trying to speed up things.
I'm sorry. Do you wanna bless me control of the sheet today? Because
It's all
I'm
you if
stuck
you
at
want it.
home, dude. I got tendonitis. I have tennis elbow. I'm not gonna be working tonight.
Yeah,
So
it's all you.
I'm gonna work on NBA until the tip.
Yeah, that is all you then.
Yeah. All right, final game. Detroit Pistons. Tyler, great call from you yesterday. You were the one on the money line. I just took the +14. Both of them were good. The Pistons got the straight up win. Now they're in Portland. They're taking on the Blazers. Of course, the Blazers are rested. Neither team really made moves that matter that much. Obviously, Burks and Bojan is a downgrade, but they showed last night they can play without those players. And they got some new guys coming in who will not play. Cade's questionable. Thompson's questionable. I like the Blazers here, but I think they did a good job setting the line. Both teams are doing well against the spread. The Blazers have covered their last 4 games, and the Pistons have covered 4 of their last 5 games. Two teams exceeding expectations, Tyler, facing off. If I were to jump in, I'd take the Blazers, but whatever.
Yeah, I lean Blazers, especially Detroit coming off the win. They were missing guys who had the superstar subtraction yesterday, which they weren't even superstars, but they were the main guys on that team. Jaden Ivey, I don't think, puts up 40 again tonight. A lot of those guys were just making wide open threes that the Kings were just gifting them. I got to lean Portland here.
All right. There we have it. All right, let's just do a best bet for the day. I like Memphis +6.
I don't want to bet that game. I hate those two teams.
Then what's your favorite bet?
Probably be the under in the Cavs game. And that's just me looking at the number, knowing the two teams played back-to-back / made trades. It's pretty much like I have no numbers backing this right now.
Team plays slow. I mean, it was nice having that under
But that
last night.
was also with Dinwiddie under point guard. Now you're gonna have Cam Thomas running the show.
I'm talking about Cleveland. We know that like Donovan Mitchell wants to chill.
Yeah. But
Like
the
anytime
Nets
they're
might want
taking
one
it
too.
out, on a made basket, I mean, they're not getting into their sets until 14, 13 seconds left.
Yeah, I
I can
mean,
join
Cavs
you
will
on that
definitely
under.
they'll definitely want to play slow, but my worry is Brooklyn goes from being the 17th pace team over the last 10 to like a top 5 team.
With Simmons out there.
Simmons and
Simmons is going to start. He should push the pace.
is Simmons going to push the pace? You're going to have Cam Thomas pushing the pace, Dennis Smith pushing the pace. The more I look at it, I'll probably end up staying away from it.
All right, guys. So Tyler's turned over the keys to me. If you have trust in me, if you think I can lead you to the promised land, I'm going to be tweeting out. I'm going to spend. I'll do it by 3:30, 3:45 my time. The first game's at 4:10 my time. I'm going to spend the next hour and a half. I'm going to dig deep into this. Tyler's not going to do football with me tomorrow. He's going to carry us tomorrow. We're going to find these winners. Thank you for joining us. Sorry it wasn't the best show today. Next year we'll fix it, Tyler. But yeah, this Thursday shows can be kind of rough. All right, thank you everybody for joining us. I'll get those winners out soon. And we'll be back tomorrow at 3 Eastern. Be me and JC. At 4 Eastern, it'll be Tyler and I. See you then.